Please be seated. Welcome to the 2024 Fall Athletic Assembly. This is the first of our 3 athletic assemblies and the first for many of you sitting in the crowd. Tonight, we are here to celebrate all of you in this room. Shortly, you'll hear from your coaches, and as well, some of you in this room will receive individual awards. Regardless, all of you should be very proud of the season you had and memories you created this fall. Before we begin, I would like to recognize and acknowledge that Stansted College is located on the traditional and unceded territory of the Abenaki First Nation. We're grateful to live, learn, work, and play on this land. It's been a great fall for so many reasons. Congrats to the varsity girls and boys hockey on successful starts to the season. On the fields, we had great numbers in our soccer programs. All 3 boys teams had won league banners and playoff trophies. Our ultimate team chose inclusion and creating memories over statistics, which was so great to see. Cross-country running won the ETAC banner again and had 2 runners qualify for the provincials. And finally, special congratulations to our Bantam and senior boys soccer teams on their undefeated seasons. Congrats to all. On behalf of all of us in this room, I'd like to give a big thank you to several special people. This long list of dedicated people is the reason sports at Stansted are so great. First, I'll thank all of you. Why? Because I know you'll give your full focus to this assembly. Thank you in advance for the respect you will show to every single speaker and every team. Thank you to Ms. Victoria Gagne, Ms. Sonia Perron, Mr. Maxime Boulet, and Mrs. Holly Moore in the Health Center, and to our athletic therapist, Ms. Megan Vincent. Thank you to Ms. Gagnon for creating a vibe with the intramural crew. Thank you to Ms. Sophie Blair for managing the 2 large groups of students in fall badminton. Thank you to Mr. Marino and Ms. Godin for introducing pickleball for the first time. We're now with the times. Thank you to the maintenance department, the ladies in the laundry, the team at the arena, Patrick Gauthier and the drivers, and our kitchen staff who all work tirelessly to make sure we have everything we need. Every person mentioned are truly the backbone of sports at Stansted College. This dedicated group go the extra mile for you because they genuinely care about you. Thank you to Mr. Murray and Ms. Garrett. They are huge additions to the athletic program every year, and they work tirelessly to make sure you have the best photos and videos. Thank you to them. Thank you to Ms. Guerrera, who has injected so much life into the athletics day-to-day. We had a busy fall hosting CASE and other tournaments. She was an integral part of all of those. Thank you, Ms. G. Go Bills. Thank you to Danielle Boisvert in the athletic store. Danielle was a huge support and help this fall with all of our events. And Danielle cares deeply about the college, its coaches, and most importantly, you, the students. And finally, a huge thank you to your coaches. They're the backbone of our sports memories and give so much to their programs. Your coaches will say nice things about you tonight, but please make sure in the next day or 2 you find them and say thank you to them. So a big round of applause to all those people I mentioned, the people who made this fall term so successful. So without further ado, let's kick things off. Junior girls soccer, Mr. Peasley.
All right, good evening, everyone. So in addition to the usual thank yous that Mr. Spurk already shared, I want to begin by thanking my co-coach, Mrs. Smith, for all of her contributions this season. She helped me stay on top of injuries, scheduling, uniforms, drills, and pretty much everything. So thanks for all you do, Coach. So this season was a bit of a unique one. At tryouts, it looked like we might actually have enough players this year to run 2 teams, a bantam and a junior, but by the final day of tryouts, we realized that we'd run into a problem. Too many girls for 1 team and not enough for 2. But we wanted to give the bantam age girls a chance to play, a chance to develop, and so we gave them an option that not many would probably go for. We told them that they could practice with us, travel with us, etc., but that it was very possible they might not even play 1 game for us this year. That's a lot of sweat, tired muscles, and travel when you may never actually get to play against an opponent. We told them if they practiced hard, they could potentially earn a spot on the team for a game if injuries allowed, but really not a lot of hope for them. But I take my figurative hat off to them. They accepted the offer. We were happy to see this, but also worried about motivation as the season wore on. And then we noticed that two things happened. The first being that the bantam-age players and the juniors came to practice ready to work hard. There were the usual grumblings when I asked them to do my standard 2 laps of the field, but I mean, it is printed on the back of my hat. There's a few more grumblings whenever I would announce everyone line up along the goal line, which is never a sign of fun things to come if you've attended my practices. But once into the 2 laps, or whatever cardio or running I had in store for them, they worked hard. They pushed. They started doing it with a ball at their feet. They started doing it moving the ball with a partner, and you could see signs of improvement. No longer cutting the corners of the field when they were running. The group stayed tighter as they ran. The people who were weaker runners at the start of the season were not only keeping up, but they were keeping up with the faster runners who were also getting faster. The same with passing. Where at first passes seemed to go actually anywhere but where they were aiming, this too started to improve. Accuracy improved, pace improved, and effort stayed high. These were all good signs that led to the best summary I could think of for our season, our home and away games against Massey Vanier. September 16th was our first game of the year before all these changes I just described at home against Massey. The team was still struggling with running the 2 laps, let alone passing the ball where they wanted to go, or understanding the difference even between defense and midfield. And the result of that game certainly reflected it. We were sorely disorganized, outplayed, outrun, and we're just not anywhere near their level. To be honest, I had to go back and check the results email when I prepared this speech because I had really chosen not to remember the score. It was 5-0, and we were lucky because it could have been worse. The good thing is, we saw that things began to change as we played our next 6 regular season games, a win, a couple of ties, a few more losses. But then it all came full circle. Our last game of the regular season was away at Massey, who had still only lost 1 game. And pre-game, I told the girls one thing. We need to show them that we have improved. Whether it's a tighter score and a loss, if it's a tie, or even a win, I didn't really care. The goal was to show how much we'd improved in all aspects of the game. And of course, the grand motivator was maybe when I said, think about how much better the Big Macs will taste after a win. The game started off well with us pressuring, and then we got a penalty awarded in our favor. Caitlin took it and drilled it off the crossbar, and unfortunately couldn't control the rebound to get it into the back of the net. An opportunity lost, but we managed to find a way to score, and we went to halftime up 1-0. The second half saw us continue to play well, but they managed to tie it up, and then we gave up 2 penalties against. Somehow, Zoe and some luck managed to keep it out of the net both times. The tension was high, and with time running down, Haley made a beautiful strike from the edge of the box. It bounced off the left post, across to the right post, and then it bounced in, and it gave us the lead. From that moment on, it was everybody back defending with our lives, and that final whistle put some closure on everything that the season encapsulated, how effort, perseverance, and teamwork can lead to truly great things. To see such a turnaround was phenomenal, and that win felt just as good as winning a championship. I'm very proud of the girls and everything they achieved during this incredibly enjoyable season. There were so many more great moments, and one of them I had taken out of this. I think I'm going to add it in after a common request at dinner tonight. We had a problem with goal kicks this year. We also had a problem with free kicks, in that the ball would just roll on the ground, and Clara was determined to fix that. And one of her free kicks, you could just see she wanted to drive that ball down the field, and I don't remember where the ball went, but I remember where she went, on her back. It was pretty funny. But anyway, there were lots more moments like that, but that was one great one that I think we all remember. So there were so many more great ones, and I thank you girls for all of them. It really was a pleasure coaching you all this year. So now, for the award winners. I will announce the Junior S winners as well as the Sportsmanship Award. Please hold your applause until the end, and then I would ask all 5 girls to come up together at the end to receive their award. The first Junior S goes to a girl whose tireless effort kept control of our midfield. She would be back inside the box helping defend, then before you know it, at the other end of the field helping the attack. And a fun side note, Last season, she scored our first goal of the year at BCS by bouncing a shot in off the post. This year, she one-upped herself. While alone in front of the opposing net, with only the goalie to beat, rather than score, she decided to shoot the ball off the post so that it would bounce directly to Taya's feet, allowing Taya to score our first goal of the year. And of course, that pass was all planned, right, Caitlin? Congratulations to Caitlin Wankup. The second Junior S goes to another midfielder who we were so happy to have back on the team this year. Haley was a dominating force at midfield, playing solid defense, then quickly moving the ball forward and keeping possession for us. She controlled the midfield and scored many of our goals this year, often from distance with her booming kicks. She sets the example for effort for everyone on the team. Congratulations to Haley Gilbert. And the next Junior S goes to yet another midfielder. Her effort was unquestionable, though at times we had to remind her that she was playing soccer, not rugby, as she at times tended to lead with her shoulder. That said, she adapted, and her endless running up and down the sidelines helped us maintain possession and move the ball forward for scoring opportunities. For her endless effort and control of her side of the pitch, I'm happy to congratulate Celia Riddle on her Junior S. And the final Junior S goes to a player who had to learn an entirely new position this year. And I don't mean a defender going to midfield. I mean a defender putting on gloves and a bright green shirt to suddenly start playing goalkeeper. Zoe volunteered at the first practice and worked hard to not only learn the fundamentals of the position, but to become proficient at them. It's common for a first-year goalie to let in a few soft goals that roll between the legs or go through the hands. But not Zoe. She played strong, she played confident, and she made many saves that really should not have been saved by a first-year keeper. I really hope she continues in the position because she certainly was a key ingredient to our success this year. Congratulations to Zoe Keefe on her Junior S. And next, the Sportsmanship Award. This goes to a new player to the team. She brought a lot of energy and was a vocal supporter from the bench at the start of the season. And after earning herself a midfield spot later on, she put in a tireless effort on the field and fought through injury. She was also one of the strongest supporters of the bantam players on the team, and that really meant a lot to them and to us as coaches. She was cheering them on and encouraging them when they had their opportunities to play, and it was a pleasure having her on the team this year. Congratulations to Olivia Leger on winning the Sportsmanship Award. Would all of you please come up front to accept your awards? Thank you.
Next program to be recognized, Bantam Boys Soccer, Miss Guerrera.
To our Bantam Boys soccer team, we did it. Undefeated, league and playoff champs. What more can we ask for? Before I begin our recap, I would like to start with a huge thank you to those who made the soccer season possible. You know who you are. However, an even bigger thank you to Mr. Winquist, one of the greatest lacrosse coaches now coaching Bantam Boys soccer. I mean, how much luckier can we get? And lastly, the biggest thank you of all goes to the players of our Bantam Boys soccer. Being surrounded by this team every day made it easy to coach and did not give us many heart attacks as we thought it would have. Now, taking this team, I must say I was very excited because at this level, you just don't know the level of players that you will get. Mr. Winquist was definitely confident we would have all-stars and go undefeated. So he decided to set a team goal and a 250 Timbit award. So first day of tryouts, and here we are with some insane skills. Although most still did not have soccer shoes yet, keyword yet, we were confident we were still okay. Now imagine this, we managed to win 11-7 our first game. Yes, 11-7. At first, we thought we were playing the wrong kind of football. We quickly turned it around and we didn't even let in one goal the next game. Improvement, right? From day one, our goal was to improve as a team. And in order to do that, we needed to bond and have chemistry. Every single player on this team made each other better on and off the field. This was the type of team that would get angry if practice finished 1 minute early, and the team that wanted to practice no matter what, even on the last day. This hard work, this determination is what not only led to an undefeated season with a league and playoff banner, but also a special bond. This created memories, some that will last them a lifetime. Memories like the McDonald's runs and Ethan's help with collecting every Happy Meal toy we can find. Never enough soccer balls at the field, the penalty shot challenges, Enrique's bicycle kick, Herman scoring from half field, Felix using some sticky spray for his gloves because that would apparently make him save more shots. Jonathan's DJ skills, Ben going end-to-end on a soccer field thinking he was in a hockey game, Rama and Aiden running their hearts out, Izo the water thief, Cole joining late but was a solid force, Quinn always making sure everyone was okay, Sammy the best at scoring on Mr. Winquist and penalty shots, Xavier with his body checks, Kai who spoke more than the whole team combined, Chad battling against guys twice his size, Garrett with some of the most interesting practice attire that there is, and Renato being called Ronaldo, not only from our team, but also the opponents. And also, boys, let's never forget, Mandalo. And for those who don't know, that means pass in a different language. At the end of all this, you did it, boys. You made Mr. Winquist buy you 250 Timbits. You should all be proud of yourselves and all the hard work you have put into making this season an accomplished and unforgettable one, and truly something that has not been done in a very long time. Thank you.
Good job. Thank you, Ms. Guerrera. For the awards, with a team that finished undefeated, many of you are deserving, but we feel there's 4 who kind of stood out the most, so please hold your applauses. The first award winner started our first game as a keeper, but it was clear his shot, speed, and ball handling were too good. This player was our most consistent. He put effort every single game and won every battle in the midfield. Without his switch of position, I don't think the season would have been the same for our team. Banames Herman Valdez. Second award goes to the player who dominated all season long. He started the year by scoring 6 goals, which put the whole league on notice. The effort, the passion for the game of soccer is unmatched. We could not have been undefeated without you, without your powerful goals, your assists, and your domination in the midfield. Banames Renato Santibanez Arroyo. Third award goes to the player who made plays that would make your jaw drop. He scored at least 4 times from almost half field. He even scored a bicycle kick in playoffs. The skills he possessed was something you rarely see at the Bantam level, and we were privileged to witness it every day. Banames Enrique Romeo Garza. Lastly, everyone loves to score goals, but this player made the sacrifice for the betterment of the team, and he led the defense all year. He protected our house each and every game, but was also skilled enough to kick the ball up to our talented mids and attack. He was also respectful and a player with pure class. Banames and Sportsmanship Award, Ben Magnan, please come up and receive your awards.
Our next program to speak, Junior Boys Soccer, Mr. Kulikowski.
Good evening, everybody. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, so I had the pleasure in my first year here at Stansted to coach the junior boys soccer team. Before I regale you with all the tales of glory that these boys provided, a couple of thank yous to, of course, Mr. Spurk for helping me manage everything, and to Mr. Winquist for introducing me to the culinary delight that is Valentine and La Belle Provence. I won't soon forget it, buddy. Thank you very much. Interesting bus rides. Okay, so it was my distinct pleasure to coach these boys. I wasn't quite sure what to expect being new to Stansted, but I realized very quickly what an excellent group of athletes I was dealing with. If not soccer players just yet, the athletic talent was definitely present. And there, we had an incredibly successful season. We won both the League Cup and the playoffs, and soccer is the ultimate consummate team sport to me, and I was incredibly proud that every player selected on the team contributed to those victories. So congrats to you boys, you made me incredibly proud. That was a wonderful accomplishment. Our season started with a little bit of, I don't know, some underwhelming performances, I would say. We had some difficulty on my end figuring out where to position these boys properly. We had difficulty putting the ball in the net, which is challenging to win soccer games. However, once we sorted things out from the back line up, things really started clicking. From Grayson with his solid, if not heart-stopping, gray hair-creating goaltending style. Excellent job, Grayson. These are all because of you, buddy. Diving headers at the 18-yard line, that's rare for a goalie. I like it. Our back line of Parker, Louis, Frankie, Ludo, Senna, and Jihu. Other teams were incredibly scared to come back there. They were a robust bunch of guys back there, as evidenced by Parker's dental imprints on some poor kid's head from Massey-Vanier. Our midfield play as well, led by Mike Sun, his excellent striking of the ball both on corners, set pieces, as well as Jambor adding that European flair. Spartans on 3, Jambor. Well done, buddy. As well as, of course, we had Charles, Matei, Ben Ryu, virtually unstoppable when clicking. Vincent, keep those shoes on, buddy, you've graduated. Noah, Jacob Leduc, who played 3 positions this season, from goaltender to midfield to defense, and seemed to enjoy them all, so well done, Jacob. All incredibly reliable, giving valuable minutes whenever called upon. And last but not least, our front line consisting of Benny First, Liam Armit, Holden, easily the most dynamic forward combo that the league had to offer. Benny First, in his mind, is 6'2", 250, and he plays like it up there, so well done, Ben. Holden and Liam, that's a combination of speed and power that I don't know if we'll see anytime soon. Well done, fellas. So congrats to all of you boys. Excellent job on a tremendous season. Little round of applause, and then we'll get to the awards here. Well done, fellas. Okay, so as far as individual accolades go, when you have this kind of team success, it's incredibly difficult to narrow it down to just a few players, but with a lot of, I hope, kind of thoughtful breakdown, I narrowed it down. Receiving their junior S's for soccer, you can hold your applause to the end here, are Charles Generou, Liam Armit, and Matej Dobas. Charles was our consummate captain, everything that you could ask for with regards to being a leader on the field. He led by example. There was never an issue that Charles could not handle. He handled everything with class. He played a flu game a la Michael Jordan. Beautiful thing. Congratulations, Charles. Liam was an offensive powerhouse, going from having difficulty scoring goals to potting 5, 6 goals per game without too much difficulty. Incredible stuff, Liam. And to Matei, your link-up play in the middle, the creativity, we needed that, buddy. It was excellent. Pulled everything together. And you're always so happy. That was my best Matei impression. That's all I got. And last but not least, our Sportsmanship Award goes to the first to arrive, the last to leave. Always coachable, always receptive, incredible athlete, worked so hard, whatever you asked of him. Benjamin Ryu, you are winning the Sportsmanship Award. Come on up, fellas, congrats.
All right, the next program is the first program of the night that can give a Major S Award. At these assemblies, we recognize Major S Award winners with a standing ovation. Our next program to recognize, Ultimate Frisbee, Mrs. Carruthers.
Thank you so much. I was really blessed this year to be able to coach this team, to jump in and to learn so much from my colleagues and from my team and from my son who's not here. And I wanted to share a little thoughts. My thoughts tonight are what some of you may remember Mr. Williams used to always do in his speeches. So I've put together a little poem for you, and it is called Ode to Our Ultimate Team. In the fall's golden light, we took to the field, a tapestry woven where each heart revealed. To the team, awesome players, this poem I write, in gratitude for memories, vibrant and bright. Augie, a leader so steady and true, when games were on the line, we leaned into you. Your strength inspired, your calm held us tight. In every tough moment, you shone like a light. Yuki, the sprinter, so swift on the run. Your speed was a marvel, your intensity such fun. Without you, our victories would slip from our grasp. In every bold dash, you'd make our hearts clasp. Greg, a hard worker, consistency your key. Each practice you gave, you embodied the we. With grit and determination, you raised the bar. In your steady ascent, you became our star. Milla, true sunshine, so warm and so bright and so warm. With goals and good vibes, you weathered each storm. You kept us in order with laughter and cheer. In your radiant spirit, our joy became clear. Alex, true learner, with practice in hand, your work ethic unique like a fragment of sand. Each flick of your wrist, each arc of the disc, showed us that hard work can lead to great bliss. Erica, the whirlwind, with energy grand. Your tenacity fueled us, a fierce helping hand. With every quick sprint, you gave it your all. Your spirit contagious, you answered the call. Carrie, skilled player, with grace on the field. Your talent and finesse, the rivals would yield. Each play that you made, we watched in delight. Your presence reliable, so steady, so right. Cindy and Lucy became anchors so strong, reliability echoed in each pass and song. With teamwork so vital, you stood side by side. In every tough moment, you turned the tide. Liam, bold player, you grew by each game. Competing with seniors just ignited your flame. Confidence blossomed, and we all saw you shine. Your growth in this season was truly divine. Owen, great athlete with enthusiasm ablaze. Your hunger to improve left us all amazed. Every drill and each play, your spirit did soar. You showed us all how to love the game more. Jimmy, our steady, dependable mate, with each challenging pass, you met every fate. Reliability marked you like stars in the night. In every tight moment, you held us so tight. Hugo, a presence so bold, so solid and bold, your play grew more fierce as the season rolled. With every fierce gaze, you commanded respect, a force on the field that we'd never neglect.
Just like Major S winners, we recognize MVP trophy winners with a standing ovation. Next program to be recognized, Senior Girls Soccer, Mr. Van Dyke.
Thank you, Mr. Spurk. Thank you, Danielle. If you're here, thank you to my fellow soccer coaches for the informal chats. Congratulations to Sensei College Boys Soccer for running the table. And the biggest thank you of all to Coach Kirby, who always gives the best of herself to the girls on the team. I like to save the best for last, so I'll give my awards first and then finish with what I consider the most important part, talking about the team. First, I'll give out 2 Senior S Awards and the Sportsmanship Award. After I talk about all 3 recipients, they'll come up together. These 2 Senior S Awards go to 2 eerily similar players with superior durability and dependability. Between September 12th and October 21st, we played 17 soccer games. That's a lot of games. And games are 80 minutes long. It was the most physically demanding season I can remember, with more soccer squeezed into a short time than ever before in my career. But not once did I wonder about these two players being there, ready to go. Not once did I doubt their effort or question their focus. Not once did I look back on a game or practice and think to myself, she just wasn't very good today. Consistent impact, intensity, drive, and performance, and they never missed a single minute. One was the rock of the defense, the other the spark of the offense. If you want to build a big, beautiful house, you need pillars that will never fail. These two players were the pillars of our team. Senior S Awards go to Charlotte Brand and Isabel Smith. The Sportsmanship Award goes to a player who impressed me last year with her soccer ability, but who impressed me even more this year with her maturity. I have never seen, nor will I ever see, a high school athlete with a season-ending injury handle the situation as well as this young woman. Never feeling sorry for herself, never complaining, always in great spirits, lifting the mood of the team and helping out in any way she could. I'll be honest, if it was me who was sidelined with an injury for the entire season, watching instead of playing, I'd be so miserable, I would not even be able to be around soccer. But luckily for our team, Natalia is much more advanced emotionally than I am, as she made every day on this team brighter with her selflessness, her positivity, and her quick smile. On behalf of Ms. Kirby and the entire team, thank you for being with us this season. Sportsmanship Award, Natalia Chenier. Charlotte, Isabel, Natalia, please come up to accept your awards. One, geez, this is gonna fall on me. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. Okay, all right, boom, boom, boom. Okay, meet in the middle. Meet in the middle. All right. I'm so impressed. Awesome. Thank you. Even though her knee kept her from playing at 100%, even though she missed some games, even though her game minutes were limited, this player was so dangerous when she had the ball that she earned not only a Senior S, but also the Merle Griffin MVP trophy for excellence and sportsmanship in girls soccer. A ferocious ball winner, her rocket of a left foot set her apart. She could launch a shot from as far as 40 yards out, like Henrik style, making her a constant threat to score from just about anywhere on a soccer field. But ultimately, what will stick with me about this player is not her missile of a shot. Instead, I will never forget her passion and love for the game of soccer, and how ruthlessly she pushed her body just for the opportunity to play it. Senior S and MVP trophy, Addie Pierce. Addie, come on up. Thank you. So our season ended back on October 21st in a playoff loss to Galt. As that day ended, I already knew what the title of this speech was going to be. What could have been. I say this because on paper, we had what it took to take down the league and the playoffs this year. We had enough skill, we had enough experience, we had enough heart. But what we did not have was luck, not when it came to injury. We started the season with 20 players. 11 days later, we were down to 16, and next week we added a concussion. Then Natalia, probably the best player in the entire league, got unexpectedly ruled out for the entire season. We spent the next few weeks recovering, getting players back, when finally, for the national case tournament, we had a full team, 18 healthy players. Surely the terrible injury luck was behind us. Not quite. In a cruel twist of fate, we started the Division II case semifinals with 18 players and finished it with 12. 6 players got knocked out in one game due to an insane, unlikely assortment of concussions and ligament strains. And then, adding insult to injury in the most literal way possible, we lost that semi in heartbreaking fashion in a shootout. So 2 days after that was the end of the road, October 21st, that playoff loss to Galt, and as the clock ran out on our season, as I looked at our bench filled with 7 players now, who no matter how much they wanted to, were just too hurt to finish the game, I started feeling sorry for myself. Started feeling sorry for the players. I thought to myself, what could have been? Which was an indescribably stupid thing to think. It was immature, ungrateful, small-minded, and whiny. And it completely missed the point. Because in sports, in life, you don't sit around lamenting what could have been. Instead, you celebrate what was. You celebrate how well you all pulled together to support those injured teammates playing different positions, playing through pain, playing through utter exhaustion, giving all you had. You celebrate Sarah Martinez leading the team cheer, sounding like she was ripping her throat out every time. You remember Ali and Isabel somehow downing spoonfuls of pure mustard in some voodoo home remedy ritual to help with leg cramps. You remember Charlotte and Alina both beating me at bowling to earn donuts for the team. Yes, I mentioned it, Charlotte. You celebrate the passionate leadership of Naya and Addie. Well done, captains. You remember the J Peak trip with the senior boys with the personal multi-floor cottages, the 4-on-4 tournament, players floating down the river on tubes at the water park, Valerie and Julia wiping out surfing on the big wave machine. You celebrate Addie's goals from 40 yards out, and Val's dirty little feet, and Ella's hat trick against BCS, and Emma's hat trick against Richmond, and Alina's hat trick at Case. And speaking of Case, you should think back fondly on our opening game, 7:30 a.m., freezing cold, -1 degree Celsius, frost on the field, and us the only team out there that early, with the only footprints on campus belonging to us. I love that memory. You celebrate our most clutch victory of the year versus Rosse, a pressure-packed 2-0 win. When we had to win by 2, we won 2-0 to advance to the championship round, highlighted, of course, by Isabel showing off the Spartan logo to our biggest fan. You even celebrate that doomed shootout versus ECS. Scared or excited, win or lose, you'll never forget locking arms at center, living and dying with every shot. And of course, you celebrate eliminating Charlotte and Isabel from World Cup, because honestly, there's nothing more fun than kicking Charlotte and Isabel out of World Cup. In 7 short weeks, we made a lot of memories. A few days ago, Addie, clearly suffering from soccer separation anxiety, asked me about having one more soccer get-together, so I suggested we have it next May at my house. Warm spring weather, barbecue, backyard games, hot tub, with all the friends you made during soccer season. Because you see, you don't lament what could have been, that is weak. Instead, you celebrate what was, and if you're lucky, you even get to look forward to what is to come. Thank you, ladies, for an awesome season. We'll see you in the spring.
Our next program to speak, cross-country running, Miss Reynolds.
I have all my stuff here just in case. I'm old. I need light. It's not funny, Mrs. Carruthers. Ah, there you go. First of all, congratulations to the 3 boys teams. I don't know if the school's ever seen that, where all 3 boys teams have won league playoffs and championships and all that stuff, so congratulations. Firstly, thank you to Kathleen Smits, who volunteered to help me out at practices 3 times a week. Without her help, I would not have been able to handle this team of 32 players. As the season progressed and with each meet, we dominated more and more over the other 5 participating schools, ending the season just shy of 100 points ahead of the second place team. Why are we the championship team? Well, I'm going to tell you by speaking about every 32 members of the team. Very briefly, I won't take forever, I promise. Firstly, Sheridan, one of 2 Bantams on the team, unfortunately suffered a concussion just prior to our first race, which put her out for the entire season, but once she was well enough, she showed up to practice every day to show that she's still a member of the team. Jacob wins the prize for the most improved throughout the season, if there was one. He was a late addition, worked hard at every practice to get better, and he did. He placed in the final race. If he sticks with running, he could get really good at it. Liam Castengate, another late addition, quiet member of the team, always showed up to do the work, didn't say much, also didn't complain, or at least he didn't complain to me. Missed 1 race due to not feeling well, came 4th in 2 of the races, a bit of a natural. Ryan always gave consistent effort. Again, not a conversationalist, but worked through soreness at the start of the season as he was using muscles he hadn't used in this amount of volume before, the running impact doing a number on his feet, so he kept plugging away and until it became normal for him. Blake learned a little bit about adversity. Giving up is not always an option when things get tough. He learned to keep trying and keep working, also dealt with soreness. I'm sure the season helped him get in good condition to start off the hockey season. Rufus was the latest addition to the team, always hardworking, kept his head down and did his best. He placed at our home race. I'm glad he made the decision to come to the program. Chaz, team clown number 1. He placed in the first race at Galt, hardworking with a bit of spicy sarcasm to him, a pleasure to work with. Alexi, team clown number 2. Our dynamic and natural athlete, missed 2 of our 4 races, but placed 6th and 4th in the races he was able to attend. Was a fun member of the team. Stanley stepped out of his comfort zone and tried his hand at running. It was hard for him, whined a little bit, but always did what was asked of him. Didn't always like it, but did everything just the same. I'm sure he's glad the season's over. Claudia made a lot of improvement over the season, always came in with a positive attitude, took a while to get proper running shoes, usually had Bella in tow. They would come across the finish line within a few seconds of each other. Bella missed the last race of the season due to illness, but showed up every day to practice, ready to work. They both made definite improvement throughout the season. Raya missed her home meet and was definitely dreading the final. She managed to finish the final race with her best time of the season. She placed top 7 in all 3 races. Keep at it, Raya. Jad, very hardworking despite muscle soreness. I wouldn't say she's a natural runner. She had to work at it, but her times got progressively better as the season moved forward. Placed 5th in her division in all of her races. Keisha, another athlete new to running. Times got faster at each race. Placed in the top 7 at a couple of meets. Very hardworking. Not sure if she really loves running, but for sure has the drive to succeed. One of only 3 returning runners, Andrew only finished 1 of the races as he was disqualified for 2 in 2 of them because of no sense of direction, and couldn't finish the race because of injury. Started the season off slowly. After getting proper running shoes, he was at practice every day putting in the work. Taro, another natural athlete who took either 4th or 2nd in races at our meets. Quiet, works hard, has definite speed, and if he kept at it, would be quite a force. Hopefully, I'll see him in future years at cross country. Corey suffered an ankle sprain halfway through the season, missed a race entirely and couldn't finish the final race as his ankle wasn't ready for running on it yet, but he tried, and despite his injury, was at practice every day in a supporting role. Mathieu, a quirky, hard-working sort, fell to an injury after the first race, missing our home meet, rebounded, but was not quite the same, worked hard to get through the season. Our 3rd race was his best, a genuine fun guy to have around. Anthony kind of lost steam as the season progressed. He fell sick and had a difficult time to rebound with his asthma. Not sure if he had a tough time getting his energy back or lacked the motivation, but he always showed up and did the best that he could. Things only got better for Alexa as the season progressed. Her times got faster at each race, except the final where she got her worst time, but then she had her best placing. I don't know. A really hardworking athlete who was a genuine pleasure to coach. Kate, another returning runner, has been on the team for 3 years, has knee issues, which laid her up for the final. Not the fastest, but always put in the work and strive to do her best. She has certainly improved over the years. I will miss seeing her smiling face on the team next year. Sophia, the definition of a great addition to the program. She wasn't so sure in the beginning, but worked very hard every day and improved as the season went along. She placed in the final race of the season. I think she's a bit sad the season is over. Hard work definitely pays off. Katie, I don't think was a fan of running, but did what she had to do with a smile upon her face most of the time, didn't complain much, worked to improve, placed top 6 in the first 3 races and in the final 4th, great improvement throughout the season. Now the next 6 runners will be receiving awards, and I'm going to ask them to all come up together. Elizabeth, the only bantam on the team that actually raced. A bit of an underachiever, she only came in first at every single race. Despite an old injury propping back up, she made a great representation of Terry Fox coming across the finish line at the final. A natural athlete and runner. For all of her hard work and drive to succeed, a Bantam S, Elizabeth. Thank you. Mederick was a constant force at practice and at races, always gave 110%, was a consistent third at races, super coachable and positive, often working to beat the seniors in practice, a genuine pleasure to have on the team. For his drive to succeed, a junior S for Mederick. I'm not saying last names, they all know who they are. Zachary, super positive and improved a ton over the season, participated in regionals over the Thanksgiving break. He didn't have expectations of qualifying for provincials, but he wanted the experience of doing it. If he sticks with it, he could get really good. For stepping out of his comfort zone and his positivity, the Sportsmanship Award goes to Zachary. Losing my voice. Jaden, a natural athlete, came first in every race, always worked very hard at practice, has a positive attitude, humble but feisty, not afraid to speak her mind as she asks questions. Great effort and achievement for her hard work and achievement, a junior S for Jaden. Julia is glad the season is over. She claims to hate running, but came in second at every single race. Not bad for hating it. She gave it her all at the final to the point of her almost passing out, her face giving a great representation of the American flag, red, white, and blue in sections. For her successful season and sticking with something that she truly finds difficult, a junior S for Julia. Elijah came third in 2 races, first in the last, disqualified in the first race because he doesn't know his left from his right. Definitely the fastest sprinter on the team, needs to not start quite so quickly in a long distance race. Very coachable and hardworking in practice, a pleasant addition to the team. For his hard work in practice and achievement in races, a senior S for Elijah. Please come on up, folks. Macy is our top female runner, came first at every race. In fact, the second place runner coming in at least a minute and a half behind her. She was quite sick at the third race, but it didn't faze her. She's no stranger to running and has the natural ability to boot. A pleasant surprise addition to the team for her incredible achievements and work ethic, a major S for Macy Puka. Walker also has a bad sense of direction. Second fastest runner on the team, almost went the right way at Galt, then changed his mind and went the wrong way and was disqualified. Ran farther than he should have, ran farther than he should have at BCS and still came second. Participated in regionals, came sixth in his division and qualified for provincials where he placed 34th. A genuine fun guy to be around, took the leadership role on the team. To that weird guy from cross country, a major S, Walker Smits. Liam, without question, is the fastest member of the team and the third and final returning member of the team. Was disqualified at Galt for going the wrong way, Elijah and Walker following him. Won the next two races and came third in the final due to a bad choice in footwear. Participated in regionals where he came fourth in his division and qualified for provincials where he also placed 34th in his division. I'd love to see him take a leadership role on the team in future years. A major ask for Liam Summon. The William Greenshields Trophy will be shared by our top male and female runners for their dedication and achievement in cross-country running, Liam Summon and Macy Putka.
Our final program of the night, Senior Boys Soccer, Mr. Schangler.
Nice to see everybody stuck around. Good evening, Spartans. Congratulations to all our teams and athletes for a wonderful fall sports season. Special recognition goes to Coach Reynolds and our ETIAC cross-country champions, Coaches Guerrera and Winquist, and Bantam boys, and to Coach Kulikowski and the junior boys for the ETIAC Soccer League banners and playoff championships. Way to go. To Mr. Spurk, thank you for organizing our fantastic training camp at Jay Peak, planning arrangements for Case, for our sharp new Under Armour home and away kits, and for your continued support for our soccer program. Much appreciated. Daniel in the sports store and the wellness center for looking after us. Coach Thompson for working cooperatively to allow Max Shepard to play both sports in a unique situation this fall. Yeah. To our allenatore, that's Italian for coaching staff, Mr. Andre Samard and Docky Standage. And Docky's... Docky's still awake. Thank you for the banter, the laughs, and making me feel like I'm in charge. He's probably not going to be happy for me saying this, but I have Docky's approval. He's never missed a single one, and tonight is Mr. Simard's 109th Athletic Assembly. Congratulations. Now, quickly on to our season. We had 3 objectives at the beginning of September. 1, win the ETAC League, ETAC regular season banner. We produced 8 wins, 0 losses, and 0 ties for 24 points in first place. The second one was win the ETAC trophy, playoff trophy. We beat our rivals BCS 5-1 in the championship game. And the third one was do as well as possible at the Case tournament. We finished in 6th place at the Silver Division. In total, we played 19 games, won 14, lost 4, and tied 1. In the process, we scored 47 goals, allowed 15, and we recorded a really good 11 shutouts. This year's Spartans was the most fun team I have coached in my 12 years at Stansted College. One team must be number 1, and the 2024 Spartans are that team. And here are my reasons why. Number 1, all 17 of these boys were fun to be with. They laughed and joked around a lot. They enjoyed one another's company and friendship. But when it was time to step onto the field to train and play, they were engaged and ready to go. Number 2, the boys learned quickly and put into practice how we wanted the team to play. We employed a possession in attack and high-pressure defense, both aimed at creating offense and in our ability to break apart our opponents. Number 3, for me, this team was seriously fun to watch. Having everyone on the field involved in the play was how we wanted the team to perform. Passing from our goalkeeper, Gabe Poitras, and his awesome distribution to the defense, through to the midfield, and up front to our forwards was our playing style. Number 4, there's a saying in the coaching world that goes like this: disciplined players do smart things, whereas undisciplined players do not so smart things. We played the game for the right reasons, and we were a disciplined group all season. We had the fewest cards in ETAC play. And even Jordy got to finish the season this year. Number 5, sportsmanship counts. After the semifinal game against Richmond, their coach told me that they were happy to finish in 4th place and that their playoff game was against Stansted College. Their players, who had been subjected to negative and demeaning comments, poor sportsmanship, and foul play from other ETAC opponents, knew the Stansted game would be based on skill, tactics, and healthy competition. They knew it would be a tough game, but a fun game, and they didn't have to worry about the other garbage. Well done, our boys. Number 6, a couple of feel-good stories for 2 grade 12 players. Chris Leclerc, who missed the entire 2023 soccer season due to a knee injury, came back to play his final season. And Hubert Melanson, who was cut at tryouts in 2023, what were you guys thinking? Came back this year with vengeance. Not only did he make the team, but he played every minute in the ETAC League and playoffs and at the Case tournament too. Thank you, boys, for never, ever giving up. Number 7, all of our new players, Freddie Borky, Noah Grenier, Ellis Letoranta, Aboudi, Max Aboud, Felix Fortman, Sheppy, Max Shepard, and Noah Egger not only were great additions to the team, but they contributed in a major way to our success. 14 of our 47 goals came from these first-year senior Spartans. Well done, boys. This year, as a coach, I tried really hard to pay attention to the needs of the players. With this group, I found that less was more. We didn't need to have long and tough workouts. Some of our practices involved a good recovery session followed by simply walking through various patterns of play. As a result, we were fresh, just as prepared, and amped up for our games. Number 9, before this season, 4 of our 6 defenders were midfielders and forwards. But when asked, all 4 of these boys said, "Yes, coach, I will play defense." Additionally, we had 6 forwards for 3 starting spots. And yes, some of them played more than others, but they all dug in, displayed positive attitudes, and contributed to the team's success, and they were great. They embraced the we, not the me. The we, not the me. Number 10, leadership and embracing doing hard things. Taking care of the small things leads to the big things taking care of themselves. Personally, I sweat the small stuff. But for this to work, you must have the players with the mindset to do that every day. Luckily, we have Luke Delabriere, Josh Lippman, Jordan Alunga, Gabrielle DeSantis, Ryder Busto, Jeremiah Reagan, and Henry Riddle, who exemplified leadership from day one to the last day of the season. When you have those guys leading the way, we know we were sailing in the right direction. And there you have it. It was a great season. Grade 12s, we will miss you immensely, but we wish you well in your future endeavors. Thank you for all the cherished memories. And now on to our award winners. I ask that our most sportsmanlike and Senior S winners come up together. So please, unlike myself earlier, please hold your applause until the end. Our most sportsmanlike award goes to a grade 12 player who has the most positive attitude and friendly nature. He has an excellent rapport with all his many friends, teammates, and coaches, and he is a fair play competitor. He is a prefect, he's been here forever, and he's a super ambassador for Stansted College. He makes me smile every time I see him. Congratulations, Christopher Leclerc. See, I'm smiling now. 4 players will receive Senior S awards. In another year, these guys may have been Major S winners. All 4 started every game this season and contributed significantly to the team's successes. They displayed great sportsmanship, they are super teammates, and they care about Stansted College. In looking ahead to next year, I look forward to working with these boys in 2025, hopefully, and when we expect them to form our leadership group. Congratulations to Gabrielle DeSantis, Josh Lippman, Jeremiah Reagan, and Henry Riddle. Come on up. Okay. Okay. So who gets these ones? Who gets this one? Tonight we have 4 Major S winners. The first Major S goes to a player who will not be expecting this award. He is a humble man, a man of few words. He is a first team guy. He only knows how to play one way, and that is he gives his all in training sessions and games. He is a 2-year veteran of the team. I was pretty hard on him last year in his first year at Stansted, And this year, he is a top performer each and every game we played. He runs and runs and runs some more. He plays in the midfield, and he exhibits all the qualities I love about players who play in that position. Congratulations, Ryder Busto. The second major S goes to someone who is supremely talented and ultra competitive. Off the field, he has the friendliest nature and the biggest, warmest smile. I love our interactions on campus. On the field, he is a fierce competitor. Sometimes he overdoes it, but always with the best interests of the team in mind. My everlasting impression of this player is when he chases back down the field and strips an unsuspecting opponent of the ball. His timing and technique are impeccable. He has the potential to play the game at a higher level. He is a really good player and a great kid. Congratulations, Jordan Alunga. The third major S was another unanimous selection among the coaching staff. Quiet as a church mouse, this guy lets his play do the talking. He agreed without hesitation to play in a new position this fall, one he'd never played before. Numerous times I was on the sideline in awe because it looked like he'd played in that position for years. The poise, the style, and the grace he demonstrated game after game was fantastic. After not making the team in 2023, that's on me, he returned this season to make a statement, and what an impact he made. Hubie, I am so proud of you and your contributions. Congratulations, my friend. Hubert Melanson. The fourth and final major S and the Bobby Moore Most Valuable Player Trophy goes to our one and only third-year veteran and team captain. He was there in the lean 2022 season as a grade 10 player who played a lot. Last year, he played a significant role in getting us to the ETX championship game, and this year, he led our climb up the mountain and stuck the Spartan flag in at the top. I call him lucky, not because he won a bet or he received some kind of good fortune, but I call him this because I feel extremely lucky to have had the privilege of knowing and coaching him for 3 years. He is an outstanding young man. Congratulations, Luc Delabriere, on a wonderful senior Spartans career, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chandler. That concludes our Fall Athletic Assembly. Thank you all very much for your attention and comportment. Thank you again for representing us so well in the arenas and the sports fields. Would all, this is important because it's the first time we're doing it, would all award winners please stay behind for photos? That's Bantam S, Junior S, Senior S, Sportsmanship, Major S winners, and MVP trophy winners. Reminder now, we'll head to our residences for Quiet House and packing. Have a good night.